Welcome to Seedling Squad, your go-to place for all things plant and gardening. Whether you're a beginner just starting out or a seasoned green thumb, we've got tips, tricks, and tutorials for everyone. Hi, I'm Nicole, and I'm here to help you grow your gardening skills and turn your space into a green paradise. From seed to harvest, let's embark on this gardening journey together. In today's video, we will be featuring plants that can restore soil health. Just so you know, there are direct links to all the related products in the description below. If you want a wide range of gardening facts, tips, and tricks, be sure to visit our website at seedlingsquad.com. So let's get started. Buckwheat, Fagopyrum esculentum. Buckwheat is often one of the fastest ways to improve soil that has been left bare. It grows quickly, usually reaching flowering stage within 4 to 5 weeks under warm conditions. That speed allows it to cover the soil before weeds can establish. Its dense canopy blocks sunlight, which reduces weed pressure without chemical control. At the same time, its fine root system helps stabilize the topsoil and reduce erosion during heavy rain. One of its more useful traits is its ability to access phosphorus. In many soils, phosphorus is present, but not available to plants. Buckwheat roots release compounds that help make some of that phosphorus usable. When the plant is cut and returned to the soil, those nutrients become available for the next crop. Because it decomposes quickly, buckwheat is well suited for short planting gaps. It adds organic matter without tying up nutrients for long periods, making it a practical option for vegetable gardens. Lupines, Lupinus species. Lupines are part of the legume family, which means they can fix nitrogen from the atmosphere. This happens through a relationship between their roots and soil bacteria, which convert nitrogen gas into a form plants can use. This process adds fertility to the soil over time, especially in areas where nitrogen is limited. Unlike synthetic fertilizers, the nitrogen released from legumes becomes available gradually as the plant material breaks down. Lupines also develop deep taproots that can penetrate compacted soil. These roots create channels that improve drainage and allow oxygen to move deeper into the ground. Over time, this improves root development for other plants. They are particularly useful in poor or sandy soils where other plants struggle. After they are cut back, the remaining plant material contributes organic matter and helps improve overall soil structure. Clover, Trifolium species. Clover is another nitrogen-fixing plant, but it behaves differently from lupines. Instead of growing tall, it forms a low, dense cover across the soil surface. This makes it especially useful for protecting exposed ground. The dense growth reduces erosion by shielding the soil from rain impact and wind. It also helps retain moisture by limiting direct exposure to sunlight. Below the surface, clover roots improve soil structure by creating a network that allows water and air to move more freely. As the roots grow and die back, they leave behind organic material that feeds soil microbes. Clover is often used in crop rotation or as a living mulch. It can be grown between planting cycles or alongside certain crops to maintain soil health over time. Sunflowers, Helianthus annuus. Sunflowers are often grown for their flowers, but they also play a role in improving soil. Their roots can reach relatively deep, helping to loosen compacted areas and improve structure. As the plants grow, they take up nutrients from deeper layers. When they are cut and decomposed, those nutrients are returned closer to the surface. Sunflowers also contribute organic matter through their large biomass. After the growing season, their stems and roots break down and help feed soil organisms. In addition, they provide benefits to the surrounding ecosystem by attracting pollinators, which supports overall garden productivity. Radish, Raphanus sativus. Radishes are commonly used as a quick and practical way to improve compacted soil. Larger varieties, such as daikon, produce thick taproots that can push through dense or clay-heavy ground. As the root develops, it creates vertical channels that improve drainage and allow air to reach deeper soil layers. When the plant is harvested or left to decompose, the root breaks down in place, leaving behind pathways that future roots can follow. This process also adds organic matter below the surface, which helps improve soil structure over time. Unlike surface mulch, this improvement happens deeper in the soil profile, where compaction is often more severe. Radishes are especially useful in garden beds, where soil has become hard or compacted. Because they grow quickly, they can be planted between crop cycles and are often used in cooler seasons as part of a rotation system. Oats, Avena sativa. Oats are commonly used as a cover crop for protecting and improving soil between planting cycles. They grow quickly and form a dense layer of vegetation that helps shield the soil surface. As the plants develop, their fibrous root systems spread through the upper soil layers, helping to stabilize loose soil and reduce erosion. These roots also improve soil structure by creating small channels that allow water to move more evenly through the ground. When oats are cut or naturally die back, they decompose relatively quickly and add organic matter to the soil. This helps support microbial activity and improves moisture retention without significantly delaying the next planting. Oats are especially useful in cooler seasons and are often planted in fall or early spring. They work well in rotation systems, particularly in beds that would otherwise be left bare. Beans, Phaseolus vulgaris. Beans are commonly grown as a food crop, but they also play an important role in improving soil fertility. As legumes, they form a relationship with soil bacteria that allows them to fix nitrogen from the air. This nitrogen is stored in small nodules along their roots and becomes available to the soil as the plant breaks down. Even after harvest, leaving the roots in place helps retain that nitrogen for future crops. Their root systems also contribute to soil structure by creating pathways that improve water movement and aeration. While not as deep as some cover crops, they still help reduce minor compaction over time. Beans are especially useful in crop rotation systems, particularly before planting heavy feeders like tomatoes or corn. They are easy to grow, widely available, and practical for improving soil in home gardens. Peas, Pisum sativum. Peas function similarly to beans, but are better suited for cooler growing conditions. As legumes, they also fix nitrogen through their roots, gradually increasing soil fertility. They tend to grow early in the season, which makes them useful for preparing soil before summer crops are planted. Their root systems help loosen the upper soil layers and improve overall structure. After harvest, the remaining plant material can be left to decompose, returning nutrients back into the soil. This supports microbial activity and helps maintain soil health between planting cycles. Peas are especially useful in small gardens, where maintaining soil fertility is important. Because they grow quickly and tolerate cooler weather, they are often used as part of seasonal rotation plans. Thanks for joining us on this countdown of the plants that can actually restore soil health. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more gardening tips and tricks. Happy gardening, Seedling Squad!